This is the Chab Dog Sports Talk Show. We're ADHD hosts that are OCD about our sports. Host Brandon Chabner brings you Eric the Well-Read, Frank the Tank, and Boston Mark for sports talk that's breaking news everywhere else. Now here's your host, Brandon Chabner.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Chab Dog Sports Talk. We're on each Sunday from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific Time, and brought to you by Chab Dog Sports Blog for your head of your sports headlines and biting sports commentary, and also by Chabner Law, serving Southern California's business and transactional legal needs. All right, well, it's the Greetings from Easter Island show, and everybody's sequestered at home. Nobody's, I guess, going to church, right? Eric?
Hey, Chab Dog. That's my understanding.
Yeah. So we're all on our own little island. Got to make the best of it. I guess you can turn on your computer and have a virtual service, right?
Yes, I hope we can at least do that. And do you know that you remember? If you ever remember the name,
and Happy Easter to everybody.
Yes, Happy Easter.
Yes,
Reverend Schuler. Remember Schuler?
Yes, Robert Schuler.
Robert Schuler.
Yes, his name of his show was The Hour of Power.
Correct.
Yeah.
So he was famous for The Hour of Power, and he was broadcasting from the Crystal Cathedral. Remember that?
Yes,
Here in Orange County.
And isn't that still around?
Still around, but I think the Catholic Church owns it now, because his whatever you want to call it, church didn't quite. Chapter 11, if churches can do that.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I wonder what happened to all that money that everybody gave.
Yeah, somebody wrote a book somewhere. But anyway, if you want to back up.
Has Schuler founded another religion or something? Did he start fresh?
Well, I'd rather talk about his beginning.
All right, yeah.
Do you know how Schuler began? He began in Orange County as doing a drive-in church, where he'd get a movie theater and people would drive in and he'd do the show and everybody would watch it.
So he'd be on the big screen.
That's right, at the drive-in.
Oh, my God.
And people would just sit in their car.
Was it at night?
No, it was daytime. It was like Sunday morning at church time. I'll send you a link for that.
Drive-ins usually, I feel like they work well at night.
Yeah, the nighttime.
I'm not sure during the day you would be able to see the screen that well.
Apparently it worked.
Drive-in.
So you did drive-in church. And
so you were in so that would work now.
Yeah, exactly.
People didn't have to get out of their cars.
So it's like we've done this before.
Why don't you
Hour of Power?
Why don't you start something?
No, it's already been done.
I mean, somebody can make a lot of money off of this?
Well, just like here's something I know you haven't heard, and it's breaking everywhere. Is the strip shows on Instagram, the pay strip shows now that are appearing on Instagram.
Why would you pay for something like that on Instagram?
Well, people, they're not. I guess the same people. Why would you go to a strip club watch women take off their clothes?
That's all. But you're not even in the same room with them. It's just
the logic is I'm with you.
I mean,
there
you can just watch free porn, and what's the point?
I guess the difference is it's a live girl dancing. I don't know.
So there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, for pay. Yeah, money.
Well, if people are dumb enough to pay for that, then they deserve to have nothing, I think.
Well, those that do.
That's pretty harsh.
Please, not the rest of us.
That's pretty harsh. I shouldn't say that, but
yeah,
I don't.
Be of goodwill, Chav Dog. It's Easter. It's Passover. We're
the government relief money should not go towards that.
Oh, I hadn't even thought of that before. Yeah, we should do top 10 things to put government relief money towards.
Yeah. Well, the main thing is other bills.
Okay, 1.
But
2, alcohol. 3,
drugs.
Legalize marijuana. Yeah, I mean fully legal
marijuana.
Legal. Yeah, from a California store paying California taxes. 4.
Groceries? I mean, I don't know.
Groceries, fine. 5, internet porn.
As long as
6,
it's...
I guess, some kind of subscription for the rest of the stuff. But you don't need a sports subscription right now, but maybe Netflix or Hulu or something like that.
Some kind of entertainment-related subscription.
7 Vaseline or some other kind of lubricant.
Or
good soap. Especially if you're not dating or able to get out anymore.
Oh, God.
8. Maybe some kind of comfort food like cheese. Yeah,
why don't you just say a blow-up doll?
Oh, blow-up doll. Better yet. Okay. Yeah, blow-up doll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just rattled off.
You can't use it for a haircut. That's not going to work.
No. So I'm getting kind of shaggy up there.
Yours isn't. Are you cutting your own hair? Or yours probably was shorter than mine when this whole mess started. But we're coming into May. I'm going to be going crazy if I can't get a haircut. I might have to just get desperate.
Oh, what? Really? Oh,
Shave it off?
No. You're crazy. Or just do it yourself? You're crazy. That's crazy.
Oh,
talk.
I can't do it. Yeah, I'd have to.
Talk.
I wouldn't even really know how to get it all off myself. I'm just not going to do anything until this is. I mean, I'd say by June we're going to be able to get haircuts.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe maybe Frank's prophecy is the true one last week, and by June,
that is just all over.
Yeah, it's over by then.
I hope it's not over for Frank. He didn't call in, so I'm a little worried.
I just sent him a note on Messenger here to see.
I'm a little worried. What could we play for Frank that would cheer him up?
Yeah, maybe we got something here we can lure him in with.
How about give me the some booty call?
Oh, booty call. All right.
Maybe Frank wants to know how to use saran wrap. I don't know. Play that one. Let's
try this one.
This is guaranteed to
Plastic wrap, man.
satisfy.
Yeah, in the back next to the onion.
All right. What's so funny?
यार ये लोग तो लड़कियों का है.
You got to lick it before you kick it. You got to make it soft and wet before you stick it. Hey, camel cowboys. We ain't here for that. We just want to get some
Easter
rap,
colors
and then we out of here.
Oh yeah, no. Most people come in to buy Glad Wrap at 2 in the morning.
You got to punch it before you munch it. You got to work it before you jerk it. Boom, sha la 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 la, boom, sha la 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 la, boom, sha la 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 la, boom. See. This is why I'm in favor of the immigration reform laws, because you motherfuckers are fresh off the boat and you're already fucking with people.
Oh my God, take a breather. You feel better?
Feel better.
I was just pulling your arm.
Pulling your leg.
Arm?
Pulling your
You
arm.
cannot say pulling your arm.
Why do you always have to correct me?
You are not in Bombay now.
Oh my God, I wish I was in Bombay to deal with you.
Go to Bombay.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
It's Booger McFarland.
The cold part about it is that they got a point. These women are running us. We not running them. And do you see how expensive this shit is?
Sing, you got anything cheaper?
Sean! Come up here, boy.
Damn, Judge Peabody. He go to my mother's church. He a holy roller, too. Come on. Hey, Judge.
Pretty
Sean,
much.
what you doing
God
now?
bless his soul, he was so good.
We just came to get a sandwich, you know.
Ain't nothing out this late but the devil. And the devil's helper.
Hey, Judge.
All right.
Do you want that glad wrap?
Glad Wrap at 2 in the morning? So like you plan to eat more than a sandwich, boy. Your mother know what you out here doing?
Well, she,
Look here, son. It's bad enough you're planning to fornicate. I don't compound the crime by lying. See, lies and all degrees attract the one way to dissolution. Now, I know what condoms and Glad Wrap. It has its place in the pantheon of safe sex. But there's only one way to be totally safe, and that's abstinence and purity.
And sexual frustration.
Hey, listen, I know how you all feel when that furry temptress seems like she's calling your name. She said, come on, Rashawn, get some up. Put your hand on. Look at it. You want some more? Rub it on in there. You want me to rub it? Well, you bite me. Suck it, you filthy. You know, things like that. You know?
Man, you got my nipples hard.
Watch how you talk to me.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you. So that's when you got to be strong. That's when you have to take a pledge. You say, I swear on the seal of this great state of New York that I would never...
Say, Judge, we're gonna do this or what?
Yes. Yes, I'll be right out, miss. I'll be right out.
Vietnamese hooker.
That's what I'm talking about. So remember what
Bernie
I said.
Mac still alive?
No, he passed.
Because I said it.
That's too bad.
Bless his soul.
What he died?
All right, and we're back. Oh, he had a heart attack. And we have Frank Fleming of Sports Encyclopedia on the line. Frank Fleming from Newark, New Jersey, though currently residing in Belleville.
Mm-hmm.
From the Brick City.
Frank, happy Easter.
Same crap, different day. Everything gets worse every fucking day.
Mm-hmm.
What happened today?
I have keys that don't work on my computer. I got I don't know. The G and the H just like I punch it like 9,000 times.
Oh, you mean the keyboard?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you must have spilled something on the keyboard. That's why it's sticking.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Every day things are getting worse. You're gonna be even worse tomorrow. That's the way things go in 2020.
Yeah. Well, at least your car works. My car's having some problems. I think it's got coronavirus.
Yeah, his car does. You can go out and run faster than it drives.
A couple years ago. Remember that piece? The old rust bucket I used to have.
Yeah, the Yukon.
Tahoe.
Tahoe, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you driving these days?
Santa Fe. Hyundai Santa Fe.
Oh, Hyundai Santa Fe. Is that your first foreign car?
Yes, it is.
And how are you liking it so far? What do you rate? Okay, Tank's rating on the South Koreans.
Very good car.
Go ahead.
I mean, I wanted to buy American, but they didn't have good enough sales and good enough deals. I mean, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't have to make excuses, Frank.
Oh no, we left this.
This is your
we
car.
lost this fight a long time ago. Yeah, I haven't. I'd have to think back to remember the last North American built car I owned.
Frank has to do what's best for Frank.
That's right.
Yeah, I've had a Japanese car for so long.
I've been German or Japanese for a while.
I did have a Lincoln for a while, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to buy American, but they didn't. But I went to the places and they still suck.
Sorry, what'd they do to Uranus?
They still suck. They're more expensive. How is the American-made car more expensive? I don't get it.
No, that doesn't make any sense. Well, I hear those Santa Fe's are good, so that's a good choice. What color do you get, Fat Tank?
Black.
Nice. That's pretty much everything comes in black or white these days. There aren't really many, silver. Outside of that, you don't see a lot of the colors anymore.
No, it's true.
Especially the new stuff.
What happened to red and green?
Green, orange.
Yellow.
Well, there's still more reds out there. There's a lot of red. I don't really want a red car. Too flashy.
Oh, yeah, no, you don't. I had one once, believe me.
Yeah, you don't.
Overrated.
You really don't want to draw attention to yourself anymore.
Yeah, it's not about that. So, Tank, what's your favorite car you've ever owned? If you have one.
I got to say, this one is the first new car I've ever owned. Everything else is I've had was secondhand. And
Oh, okay.
this has got so many modern amenities. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, isn't it nice to get get a car made in the 21st century?
But Tank, what you really need is a tank, like a real tank to drive.
Oh yeah, an M1 would be perfect.
Oh, the Tahoe was the closest thing to a tank.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that was the next closest.
I mean, that thing was like ginormous.
Ginormous.
So, Tank, any more movement in this in MLB doing the Cactus League?
Yeah, what's happening with that?
Versus Grapefruit League?
No,
or is that dead?
Going on.
Is that dead in the water?
Was that just somebody pulling our arm?
Everyone's fucking bored.
It didn't sound that great, Like, I didn't think it was really worth going through all that effort to put something together like that. Well, is the
I think people don't want sports to ever be played again. Especially when you have people like Rachel Maddow with that fucking smile of hers.
Oh, Dick.
Rachel Mad Cow?
Mad Cow.
Mad Cow?
Don't let her get to you. She's entitled to an opinion, just like you are, Tank, and she's a media sensation, just like you are.
I prefer watching, what's her name, on Fox, Sharon Breamy up the ass.
Shabdog. Is that her name?
Sharon Bream, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't actually watch.
Is she related? Is she related to Sid Bream? Do you think?
Could be.
Remember Sid Bream, Tank? What was his claim to fame?
One of the slowest runners ever.
Oh yeah.
Of course, on that game-winning hit.
He destroyed the Pirates when he scored from second base on a single. Somehow, some way, he scored from. But it was 2 outs, so he got a jump
From second.
Yeah,
and he was a Pirate too.
And he was slow.
Right. He was a former Pirate, and the reason that the Pirates he wasn't out was because they were using Mike LaValliere instead of the other catcher. And Mike LaValliere he's really short, doesn't have a good reach, and his arm, he just barely missed the guy. Oh.
I mean, but he was. I mean, when Sid Green ran, you could almost hear that thing going, ding 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 ding
Yeah.
ding 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 ding.
Chariots of Fire style.
Yes.
Yeah, that fast.
That's it.
I mean, the people in the running on the beach were running faster than Sid Green, even though they were going in slow motion. Ding 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 ding.
Yeah,
ding,
and it was just that made it
ding,
even worse.
Ding, ding, ding.
If you're a Pirates fan, that was just made it more torture. Had a lot of bad times in Fulton County Stadium. If you're a Pirates fan, and
I remember one time Carlos Baerga, and Carlos Baerga, this guy was really good for a few years, and then the Mets traded for him, and then all of a sudden, any skill he had in talent just completely vanished.
Funny how that goes.
The Mets have had many players like that, by the way.
Yes.
But
in fact, who's your top 5? Tank, quick. Who's the top 5 Mets players who, when they showed up, they were suddenly forgot how to play?
when they got to the Mets.
Yes.
Roberto Alomar.
Yes.
What happened to him? Roberto Alomar.
He was good for the Blue Jays. Sorry, who?
How about Jay Bruce?
Jay Bruce had his moments in the Mets. He actually had 30 home runs one year. He
Oh.
just was one of these guys that he would go on tears, and then he's so streaky. Now, when they reacquired him, he was playing with a hurt foot, and they kept putting him out there. So he couldn't
was
do
just
anything.
injured. Yeah.
The
How
one was
about-
a man with no youth. His name was Jay Bruce.
Yeah. How about David Cohn? Did he go from the Yankees to the Mets?
He actually played his last games with the Mets.
Was he any
But
good?
you must remember this. He was with the Mets in the 80s. They got him in 87 in one of the greatest heists the Mets ever made. They traded Ed Hearn and Rick Anderson to the Royals and got David Cohn, and David Cohn became a star with the Mets. David Cohn
Oh, okay. So he had great moments with the Mets.
in the 80s Mets, and he led the league in strikeouts 3 years in a row, or 2 or 3 years in a row in the 90s. In
Yeah.
fact, last game of the 1990 season, he struck out 19 batters. So David Cohn was very good as a Met. But the 2003 David Cohn was washed up. He came to spring training on a minor league invite and just didn't have it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, so he finished up with the Mets. Yeah.
Just came for retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah. That.
David Cohn had some of his best years with the Mets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
and then they traded him to the Blue Jays in 1992 and got back Jeff Kent, who was not good with the Mets, and Ryan Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to help me with these disappointing Mets because I'm not as up on that.
Would they be over 500 or under 500 if the season started, Tank? To right now to mid-April.
They had a whatchamacall assimilation. They were 3-10, and Edwin Diaz had 7 losses, and an ERA of 18.47.
That low, eh?
And Jacob deGrom is 1-2 with an ERA of 0.00.
Well, at least he got one.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh yeah.
And Noah Syndergaard's not playing.
Nope.
Because he was lifting too much weights.
Or too much steroids, or didn't he slip on a banana peel?
Yeah. We had a pitcher on that told us about that. Did Tank ever meet Mike? The guy that was on the show before that was the pitcher?
I think right. Yes. Yeah, Tank. There was a time when actually when Chab Dog wasn't available in July that you, Mike, and I did the show. Geez, probably 3.5,
he
coming
told
up 4
us
years ago
stories about how the pitchers aren't allowed to lift weights. They definitely can't do things like that.
Yeah, well, they should go back to that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're getting all the Tommy John injuries.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. If you pitch, you got to keep yourself nice and out of shape.
Okay, so that's true. So you don't. So no lifting weights or no.
No.
None of that stuff.
The only pitcher I can remember that looked like he lifted weights was Nolan Ryan. He was built. You know?
But they don't lift the bench press. They do the fly weights.
Uh-huh.
So like the 10-pound weights. Or the 50-pound weights, the small weights.
Dumbbells.
Mm-hmm. We think that would be okay. And that's still not okay even like that,
Yeah.
right?
No, that should be fine.
Oh, that should be fine.
They shouldn't
Okay.
let the pitchers get ripped.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Noah Syndergaard must have been doing some bad stuff.
Maybe. Allegedly.
Have you seen pictures of Noah Syndergaard without his shirt on?
No.
He likes doing that, by the way.
Really?
I mean, there's not an ounce of fat on him.
Oh.
He looks like he's chiseled out of fucking clay.
And why did he need to be that way? I mean, that's just not natural, right?
Mm. Well, that's a lot of training.
No, there's no, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's some HGH in there. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Do you think he and Cam Newton will get along?
Probably.
Okay.
Oh, Cam Newton, he's been hurting.
Oh, there was the Gronk too. Did you see that clip I sent you about the Gronk?
Yeah,
Brady talking about his.
I just don't even want to know about
PP.
that. I don't know.
No?
What do you? I mean, everybody would.
I thought it was just funny. I mean, it's not like a.
So do you want to play it?
Oh, was there audio on there?
I don't know.
I don't think there was any audio on
She was just talking about it.
It was Tom Brady.
Oh, it's Tom. Well, that's kind of.
Oh, speaking of Tom Brady, what do you make of Tom Brady? These copyrights he's trying to get for Tampa Bay.
Well, more power to him, I guess.
What is he trying to do?
He's filed for the copyright for Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Tampa.
Oh God.
I know this isn't going to go well. I can smell it already. It's going to be horrible. It's just going to crash and burn.
He's going to be worse than he ever was.
He's going to be knocked out in Game 3 of the season. He's going to get knocked out for the rest of the year.
Trying to draw attention to himself.
Season-ending injury. He gets his head taken off.
Make us all aware of his royalty status.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Tank? Do you think he's going to have a horrible ending in Tampa Bay?
Yeah, I think so. I think he'll be more like Joe Namath in Los Angeles or Johnny Unitas in
San Diego. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you're saying the same or worse?
Like that type of performance.
Okay, so similar.
Yeah, it'll be his.
I mean, look at the great players that have finished in strange places in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Emmitt Smith finished his career with the.
Where was he?
I don't remember that.
Cardinals. That's right. Emmitt Smith was with the Cardinals, and he was productive. He had his flashes of brilliance there.
Really? I don't remember
Same
that.
way Joe Montana had, a lot of flashes of brilliance.
Yeah, in Kansas City. That went well. Peyton Manning won a world's title, won a Super Bowl.
But O.J. Simpson to San Francisco was, again, occasional.
He
flash.
usually doesn't go.
He was
that
burned
great.
out by then.
Hmm.
Poor O.J.
I mean, that wasn't bad. He wasn't bad there. Franco Harris finished his career in Seattle.
Yeah.
Well, that's just weird.
And Kenny Stabler finished his career in
Houston.
New Orleans. No, New Orleans. He was
Didn't Stabler go to Houston?
He started in Houston.
He went to Houston.
No, he went to New Orleans.
He actually went to Houston and then went to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, so he had a... Well, let's face it, these guys do this usually when they're at the end of their career. But sometimes it just, you can't say always it's not always bad. I mean, Roger Clemens did great with the Yankees in Toronto.
No, but he became, he left early in his career. I'm talking about someone who spends so much of their career and then only spends 1 or 2 years in one place.
Well, speaking of which, Terry Bradshaw, did you see what Terry Bradshaw said this week, Tank, regarding this very topic? He said, as a man who spent his whole career with Pittsburgh, he said about Tom Brady, he said, is Brady crazy? Is he nuts? He said, I would never have left Pittsburgh. I would never have dreamed. And, it's not like I didn't have my disagreements with Chuck Noll, but I still would never have left.
Right. I agree with him.
Yeah, and I read that and I thought I agree. And then he also talked about his greatest of all time, and Brady was 5th on the list. He had 4 quarterbacks ahead of Brady.
Well, if he can win a title with Tampa Bay, that would just put him over the top.
Well, there you go. That would change everything.
I think that's what he's thinking. He wants to go for the ultimate glory, and
yeah, no guts, no glory. But
he doesn't care at this point.
I guess he's playing with the house's money, isn't he?
He's playing with a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. Playing with Giselle Bundchen. Oh, sorry. What's his wife? No, his wife's Heidi Klum.
No, it's Giselle Bundchen.
Giselle.
First time.
Yeah.
Okay. Then who's the Bridget Moynihan? That's the other one.
That's the woman that he had he got her pregnant and
in a broom closet or something.
And then she sued him.
Well, she got a paternity settlement. I'm not sure she had to sue him for it, but he agreed to one.
Yes,
something like that.
Mr. Choir Boy.
So, Tank, are you you were raised Roman Catholic, right?
Yep.
And so was I. So I have a, in honor of Easter here, a brief interlude.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
For, what do you think, Cheb Dog?
This is from Easter Island, beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Let's all rise.
I reveal my inmost self unto my God.
Unto my God.
Oh, that's Victor Buono. Yeah, he was in Batman, King Tut. That's King Tut from Batman. Oh, very creepy.
James Franciscus.
Oh.
Is that great makeup? Great special effects.
All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small.
What are they, druids?
All things wise and wonderful, the good God made us all. He gave us eyes to see with, and lips that we might tell how great the God Almighty, who made all things
Let everyone go to his private shelter. Empty the streets. There to find a city of the dead. May the blessing of the Balm Almighty and the fellowship of the Holy Fallout descend on us all, this day and forevermore.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, man.
Perfect for what we're going through now.
Everyone to your shelter.
Everybody sequester, please. Get off the streets.
Maybe be blessed with the holy fallout.
Yeah.
You remember that scene, Tank?
What movie is that from?
That's Beneath the Planet of the Apes. That's the second one of the original series.
Oh, yeah.
That's from 1970, I believe, with Charlton Heston reprises his role, but James Franciscus pretty much carries the film.
Yeah, Charlton Heston's in like 10 minutes.
Pretty much. Well, he's in the end. Yeah, he's the one who works the controls to set off that bomb that those people are praying to. Chab Dog's never seen this before. So
no, I've never seen any of the Planet of the Apes.
You've never seen any of the Planet of the Apes?
I know.
How many are there? Like 6?
Well, I'm not talking about the recent one.
No. If you go to the old school, was there 5, Tank? 1, 2...
Yeah.
5, yeah.
I've seen bits and pieces of them. I can never keep my attention for more than a
The
minute.
first one's an absolute classic.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that just called Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, Planet of the Apes. It's a must watch material for anybody.
Is that one with Roddy McDowall?
He was in almost all of them.
Yeah.
Roddy McDowall was in all of them.
Okay.
You know, he wasn't in the second one. He wasn't available for Beneath the Planet of the Apes, so they had somebody fill in for him there.
Huh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember the actors and actresses.
But he was in every other one.
I just
plus
remember
the
him
TV
in
series.
Charlton Heston.
Yeah, but Heston. So that was the first one. Just Planet of the Apes, classic. Then Beneath the Planet of the Apes, where they blow the planet up in the end.
Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Mm-hmm. And then
What was it? Escape the Planet of the Apes, Battle for the Planet of the Apes, and Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, or something like that.
Yeah, those are the next 3. Yeah, then it goes to Escape from the Planet of the Apes, where Zira and Cornelius and some doctor, something rather, chimpanzee, a friend of theirs, somehow fix one of the spacecraft, either Taylor's or Brent's. Probably Taylor's, because Brent's looked pretty beat up when it crashed, and are able to fly out before the planet explodes. Back to the past, which is what 1974? 75, something like that. They come back to
71.
71. Okay. So they get back there. They end up having a baby. They get shot, and the baby survives in a transfer with Ricardo Montalban from Fantasy Island fame.
Ricardo. Yes, Ricardo.
Yeah, Ricardo Montalban.
Oh yeah, he's in those, right?
Yes.
Does he play some kind of tough guy?
No. He's a circus owner.
Oh.
He loves his animals. He loves the circus.
I'm thinking of Star Trek when he was in Star Trek.
Yeah, he played a Sikh. Surprised he didn't have a turban on. He was
I was shocked when I saw him in that because he was so buff. He was built, you know.
God!
That cleaned out the channels. Thanks, Frank.
Oh, okay.
So, buzzing in the frequencies here, but Frank fixed it. Thanks.
Frankie fixed it.
Oh, it's still there. We go.
The Star Trek 2 is got to be like the most over the top acting of any movie ever.
Oh, and Cheese Whiz?
Did you give me my cheese whiz, boy?
It's full of Cheese Whiz. Star Trek 2.
I didn't see Star Trek 2.
Oh, of course he did. That's the one where he yells, "God!"
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not big on science fiction. So.
No, but you know about it because it's just what you never saw Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terminator?
I saw that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think of that, Mr. I don't like science fiction?
Had some moments. Had some good moments. I wouldn't watch it again.
Really?
No.
Wow.
Don't tell me you've never watched the Star Wars. I mean, come on. Those are all classics.
Star Wars, yeah. You've seen one of the Star Wars films, right?
I've seen that, yeah. But I don't think I'd watch it again.
Okay.
I have no interest in sci-fi. Absolutely zero.
You got to be kidding me.
I know.
I know. It's a character flaw.
No. Don't go that far.
I just don't know what to do about it.
Yesterday during the unboxing.
I like the Twilight Zone a little bit. So once in a while, I've watched those more than once.
The black and white or the color?
Black and white.
Mm-hmm. Jack Klugman, and there's some great character actors of the time throughout those episodes.
Some great actors came through there.
Mm-hmm. Love Rod Serling, of course.
I think my favorite was the one where William Shatner's in a diner and he gets mesmerized by this machine that tells fortunes or something.
Yeah, the fortune-telling machine. Remember that one, Tank?
Yeah, that's a great.
I don't remember as well, but I do remember the one with the whatchamacall, where he's on the plane and he sees someone tearing apart the plane.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
the Gremlin.
The Gremlin, yeah. And that was William Shatner. Yeah.
That was William Shatner,
He's
too.
been in some good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's ones that stay with you. I mean, could we play one of those ever? They're too long, right? They're like
what, Twilight Zone episodes?
They're a half hour, right?
Dude, yeah, of course. They're really on drugs.
There's no way to. I mean,
We'll
I'm
turn
just
one off.
thinking of a clip, playing a clip from a Twilight Zone.
Oh, maybe next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're loaded for clips, but
yeah, we got plenty.
I'll crash the computer if I load any more on.
Tank, did you ever see that movie Booty Call that we played the clip from?
That movie I have not seen.
Oh, you have not seen?
This is from the 90s.
First time you heard those Indian guys?
The two guys playing
That is
Indian
the
guys.
first time I heard that.
That was, I love that scene.
Oh, speaking of Indian guys, did you stay up last night and watch Saturday Night Live?
No, I did not.
Neither did I.
I didn't either.
Shabba?
No.
Okay.
I missed it.
Apparently
I have not watched Saturday Night Live in eons.
What did they do?
They tried a live show, but they had everyone phone it in.
What?
They've been phoning it in for eons.
That sounds...
Thank you.
You mean the people on the show
Someone
were
picked up
phoning
the
in?
line. Tank. Yeah, that's apparently
Sounds
so.
like a talk show or something.
Yeah, so they had what's his name? Forrest Gump.
Tom Hanks?
Yeah, he was the host.
Oh, Mr. I just got coronavirus?
Yeah, exactly.
I got over it?
I know. I was like, yeah. So he was hosting it, but of course alone, remote. And then apparently everyone phoned in and just did a joke. And then they all
that sounds kind of lame.
Circle jerked
virtual
or
that
something.
sounds more than lame. That's
I know.
not worth watching.
That's why I was wondering. Yeah, it's if someone else caught it. 'Cause it's like even the description of it put me to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember a baseball Twilight Zone where
Really?
they get this like a robot pitcher that throws the pitches that cannot be fast.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets the pitcher. Then determines that he doesn't have a heart,
Mm-hmm.
and they said that he can't pitch because he's not human.
Mm-hmm.
So they decide to give him a heart, and now that he has a heart, he has emotions, and he can't strike anybody out anymore. He starts becoming a loser.
Oh no.
So you have to be heartless to be a pitcher.
Mm-hmm. I remember one with a boxer where there were two guys, and it was the future, and they made it a point to show it was the year 1970, April or something, and they were at a boxing match, and all the boxers were androids. And they had their guy put in the ring, but he was broken. He wouldn't work. And so one of the promoters had to step in and fight the robot boxer in order for them to get paid because they really needed the money badly. And, of course, he got the shit beaten out of him. But yeah, I remember seeing that as a young... One of my first episodes I can remember. Robot boxer, yeah.
Yeah. Well, a concept was started with Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yeah. Yeah, some I do. Mm-hmm. Except it was made to look like it was, Commander Data or something like that. Not that you would know who that is, but Tank knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tank, I know I've asked you this before, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Favorite captain, Kirk or Picard?
Kirk.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That was quick.
I thought you might have gone Picard. Okay. And there's no wrong answer there, by the way.
I like Kirk, too.
Yeah. I like Kirk, but Picard's a close second. Maybe Commodore Decker third. I like Commodore Decker. He gets that Captain Queeg-ness to him.
Really?
Decker? Oh, yeah. Played by the great William Wyndon. Remember Commodore Decker?
Yeah.
And the planet killer thing. Now imagine if you could take that planet killer and reanimate it and put it up against the Borg. Who do you think would win there?
Probably the Borg. The Borg would probably get the planet killer to turn against somebody.
Yeah, but if that ray it has can knock out and suck the Borg in, they wouldn't have a chance to be able to figure out a defense against it, as long as it could destroy a cube, within a few shots. So they could just swallow up every cube they find. Be like a vacuum cleaner for cubes. Unless they could penetrate that solid neutronium hull of the planet killer. Oh no, we're putting Chabdog to sleep here.
I'm not going to.
Now you know how I feel when you're talking tennis.
I'm a Star Wars fan. Star Wars is my big thing.
Yeah, you're more of a Star Wars guy. Who's your favorite character?
Palpatine.
Palpatine? Wow.
Yes.
That's pure evil.
His name is Palpatine?
Palpatine.
God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's good at it. Like you talk about somebody who's good at evil. He's really good at it, too.
By the way, guess who they named him after?
Saltine Cracker?
Who is...
Who I actually, that's my guess.
Running for president in Taxi Driver.
Oh, Palantine. Wasn't it Palantine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Palpatine instead of Palantine.
Oh, that's where that came from.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's the joke.
Oh, I love Taxi Driver. Some good scenes in that one.
Psycho scenes in that one.
Yeah. Who do you recall? I don't know if he's done much acting, but the director, who directed that? What was his name?
Oh, Taxi Driver? Is that Scorsese?
Yeah.
Scorsese.
Yeah.
Scorsese, yeah. He has a cameo in that.
Yes. But I'm trying to remember where.
Ella Hitchcock?
Where?
He walks through a
He's
scene.
the guy who's the passenger who's saying, "You see that? That's my wife up there. I'm going to kill her."
When was that? I don't even remember that.
Yeah, he has a scene in there where he's a passenger saying that his wife is a black guy. Of course, you can say a black guy.
He's in the taxi?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a passenger. He says, "Stay here." Look, and then he's like looking up at the window, and he sees his wife with another man. He says, "I'm going to go up there. I'm going to kill him."
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty serious.
So let's see how much you remember from that movie. What was the name that Robert De Niro made up for himself when he was talking to the Secret Service guy?
That I don't remember.
You don't remember the name he gave? Because he gave the guy his name and his address. He said his name was Henry Crinkle.
Crinkle.
And I remember he gave like a ridiculous
I know
zip code in New Jersey.
It was like an obvious fake address, wasn't it?
Yep.
He didn't even know what drive. He was like 7 something. He didn't even give a drive because he obviously hadn't thought that far ahead. Like, yeah. And of course, that movie had a bunch of good. They had Harvey Keitel as the pimp.
Oh, Keitel was in that too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Harvey Keitel was the pimp. I forgot his name.
You ever see The Bad Lieutenant, Tank, with Harvey Keitel?
The Bad Lieutenant, never seen that.
Oh wow, you'd like that? It's a baseball movie. Yeah, the Mets are in the World Series, and they're about to win.
Oh,
and then they don't, and it takes Keitel down, him and his gambling empire down with him.
You know who has a very small penis?
Sport, wasn't his name Sport as the pimp?
Sport?
Yeah, Sport. It was Sport. Yeah.
Not to be confused with Scout.
Eric, you were talking about how big Gronk's organ is.
Well, according to Tom Brady, I'm not saying. I don't know. I don't know.
You
I don't care.
You didn't see,
but
you know who was a very small one?
Everybody else,
because there was a movie about where this guy got naked, and that's what I remember.
Which guy?
Harvey Keitel.
Oh, Harvey Keitel.
Yeah.
Oh. And they said he has a small.
Watch the movie The Piano.
He's in that movie.
It's in The Piano.
Oh, they make a penis reference in The Piano?
No, but he's just there's a scene with his. You can kind of tell he's got a very small one.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
I knew that's another reason I don't want to see that stupid movie.
Oh, this is definitely a reason. It's with Holly Hunter, I think.
And she says, like, stick it in. He says, yeah, I already did, or what?
No, it's just something I remember with that movie, and
it sounds like a nightmare, man.
The other guy who got insulted about that was the guy that Larry David's friend.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name? Jeff?
I never know. Is it Jeff?
The big fat guy?
I got to get his name straight because I always confuse him with another actor because he's done, a lot. Boy, you want to talk with somebody who lost a lot. I saw an earlier version of him. He's was twice as heavy at one time. Do you know what we're talking about, Tank? Larry David's friend?
Jeff Garland?
Jeff Garland? Garland, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him on a Saturday night clip from years ago, and oh my goodness, he was huge. That I heard him being interviewed lately, and someone asked about that. He says, "Yeah." So I took up meditation, and just stopped medicating myself with food.
Well, it's not like he became Mr. Slim, but he's not. It sounds like he went from like.
Well, he was discussing emotional problems, and I thought it was interesting, just with the amount of overeating I'm doing.
Oh, well,
Tank, are you losing weight, putting on weight, or keep holding your own?
I'm gonna be like 800 pounds when this whole fucking thing is over.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because you're not.
I won't be 800, but I'm sure I'm on a similar curve to you right now.
Tank, you're probably not. You're probably not going out of your apartment, right? You're just staying inside the whole time.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean.
Damn, we had a call coming in.
Oh, what about just going on walks and stuff? You don't feel like doing that?
Not allowed.
You're not even allowed? Like if you put on a mask and stuff?
They don't want you doing it.
No, not in New Jersey. Not in his area there.
It's not like in California.
Well, no, it's not. But there's like 10 times as many people have died there too, Chab Dog.
Yeah, I guess it's all very based on your
We're
locality.
going to talk about now wanting to shut down the food stores and
delivery only.
Deliver vegan.
Did somebody call?
And just that, or you're gonna be allowed to eat. I'm a vegan, and everyone else is vegan. By governor decree, no more eating meat in New Jersey. And every day we have to wake up and sing, "Thank you for the disease. We all support Che and now."
Yeah, all you could do is stuff in your apartment. You have to.
So, did you really finish or hit that Boston Market with a pizza afterwards? Is that where you went next with that?
Well, I didn't go to Boston Market yesterday. I just had a pizza yesterday.
No, but you had the Boston Market meal, and then you followed it up with a pizza?
No, I didn't have Boston Market yesterday.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Or maybe was that Friday?
No.
Oh, because that was on the. Was that somebody ghosting your account on Twitter and putting up something Because there was Boston
Yeah,
Market on
well,
your Twitter feed.
they asked me to review meals, and I do that sometimes.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't your meal.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I mistake that. I thought that was your meal.
What's that noise I'm hearing?
Oh, I'm just dialing somebody that we missed out on. Someone was calling in. I think it's Brian.
Well,
Sounds like it came out of Tron or something like that. I know it's a bit of an odd sound.
I'm making a ham,
Uh-huh.
so I got to
Oh,
start
yummy.
getting ready to peel potatoes.
Oh.
You know.
Mm-hmm. So ham, potatoes, any onions or
no onions,
shallots or anything? No. Okay. You can do a glaze,
but
brown
I'm
sugar.
peeling potatoes and getting everything else ready in a few minutes.
Uh-huh.
At 1 o'clock when I hang up.
You got any greens to go with that?
I'm gonna make a can of green beans.
Can of green beans. Okay, so just for color, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It's tradition, right?
And then what you got stuffing or something? What are you gonna have with the ham?
Yeah.
Just ham, mashed potatoes.
Oh, the potatoes.
Beans,
Yeah.
beans, and
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, that's why I have to peel the potatoes.
Do you have a dessert to go with that?
I'll probably just have something regular or another.
Mm-hmm. Like a coffee cake or
Whatever he can find. Maybe some root beer peeps.
a can of chocolate pudding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to get a peep.
Well, the root beer, yeah, that's the way to go. Because the regular peeps, oh no. You'll regret it the moment you sink your teeth into them.
Yeah, I don't.
Those
yeah.
yellow or green ones they have, they're horrible.
Yeah.
The root beer peeps is the best I've ever had.
Yeah,
and I'm not a big peeps guy.
I'm looking forward to that.
Do you have one in your house?
No, I don't. But I'm just saying, when I see them next time.
Yeah. So did we get Brian on?
I believe we did.
Oh, well, hello, Brian. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Well, welcome to Chab Dog Sports Talk. It's nice to have you on. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's it like today in Banning? Is it hot?
No, we're on the cool side. It's kind of overcast.
Oh,
we had like
here.
5 straight days of rain until yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like L.A.
We've had a lot of rain, too.
A lot of rain. So that's made it easy to keep people indoors. Though yesterday, a lot of people were out, and they were driving around, and they were social distancing on their boats.
As long as they don't have 30 people on each boat.
Yeah, but they were partying like last night.
I mean,
there were a lot of people drinking on their boats and making noise, too.
I see a lot of people out there, like with informal gatherings at their houses. It's not being.
Oh, you're ratting them out, eh?
It's not. Yeah, I'm not going to rat any specific people out. Sorry, Mr. Garcetti, I'm not falling for that. But
yeah, didn't you put out that comment there about
what?
Oh, the girl who wrote from World War II, Anne Frank, and
what was my?
Oh yeah, I said.
Well, that was you, Tank.
Yeah, someone was complaining that their neighbor was had someone over her house mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
And so this could be it. So it says, I'm going to call the police. I said,
Turn him in.
Yeah, I got the number for you. 1-800 I'm a Nazi.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So if you're turning in curfew breakers, you're turning in Anne Frank, and
You're not allowed to have somebody mow your lawn.
Well,
yeah.
I don't think that makes any sense. Sorry.
I said that anyone that would report on their neighbors having people over their house would have been the first to call the authorities on Anne Frank.
Yep. There's Anne Frank, and there's another prominent name as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frank's like
he loves snitches.
one of my heroes, I guess you could say.
So far, it's so ridiculous. This is like we're living in a fucking Twilight Zone.
Yeah, literally.
Twilight Zone.
Literally. That's a good analogy.
This is a fucking joke.
Because it's not full on like Omega Man or some huge catastrophe.
It's not like everyone's fucking dying.
No.
It's 97 to 98% curable.
Yes, but it's not something we can just patently ignore either. And then somewhere in between is a government response. We know by definition government is inefficient. It's just horrible at doing things.
Government, you get government a chance will fuck it up every time, 100% of the time.
Correct. And here we are.
The 7 scariest words in the English language. I'm from the government. I'm here to
Here
help.
to help you. Yeah, and here we are because we've all given our liberty to the government to solve this problem.
Yeah. I didn't see the part in the Constitution where it says if there's a pandemic, all of this is null and void. I never saw. I've actually never seen that written in the Constitution.
There isn't, and in the absence of such information is where freedom usually lies. And in the absence of information, it's clear that we are giving assent to this for the moment.
Yeah.
We may not forever, but for the moment,
I mean,
the majority of us are giving our voluntary consent.
It would be hard to stop it.
I'm ready to go fucking right now and pick up some blunderbusses and muskets.
Why don't you get a Louisville Slugger and some balls and just reopen the field? Get the Mets back on.
In New York, they're actually going to the fucking playgrounds and tearing and cutting down the basketball hoop.
Cutting down the what?
I mean, give me a fucking break.
Well, they're putting yellow tape around the children's playgrounds. Taping off the merry-go-round. Taping off the swings. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw pictures of New York City. It's like a ghost town.
Mm-hmm. But you're not alone, Tank. I'm sure there's a lot of other and that's going to be the make or break right there. It's like we're not going to sit in our rabbit hutches for another month. So the president's, there's a lot of pent-up demand there.
At some point, we just got to go out and live our fucking life.
Yeah, and that's gonna happen before June. So,
did you get your mask, Frank?
Don't get me started on that.
What?
I have to wear the fucking face covering if I go out now.
What?
A face cover.
Joke.
You use a shower curtain? What do you use?
He needs a mask. He's got it.
Do you have a mask, Tank? Did you get a mask?
I have like this neck scarf I could move up and put over my face that I got from the Devil's game.
You could just use your Darth Vader outfit.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you just do that?
Just put your Vader mask on. Can you see through that thing?
That's good
Can
enough.
you see well enough to walk on the street with it?
It's really cool. It actually is. The next thing you know, I was running Hajibs.
You should put it on. In fact, you could probably put a W95 filter inside, so you can speak through the synthesizer and get clean, fresh air, all filtered and clean in there. That actually be a cool
that would
device.
work.
Yeah, hey Brian, wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah. The great thing about this
Put
is
your black cape on.
And now Bill Gates is working on a program where everyone will get a computer chip that will tell everyone how healthy or sick you are just by reading it.
Oh, Tank, I'm sorry, but who asked?
The fucking marketing antichrist.
Who asked Bill Gates to say shit anyway? Like, Bill Gates, shut the fuck up and go sit back down and stop talking shit.
He says that we should not blame the Chinese. The Chinese are the greatest people on the earth. And he goes, this is the decade of the century of the Chinese people. And we need one world, one currency, one government, and the Chinese should lead it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And they had what you call. They had the celebrities now singing "This Land Is Your Land." We don't need that. We don't need property. You don't need property. We're rich. And then they have Barbra Streisand coming out. Peasants. Peasants who need peasants are the luckiest peasants in the world. She said at the end of this, everyone should just live in a hut, like on Little House on the Prairie, and read. And the celebrities and the good people should stand in and live like a queen. And everyone else will be a peasant.
Animal fat for candles.
And one year said, yes, that sounds good to us. And 8,000 people went, yes. And CNN, people that read CNN now are all going, bah, bah, bah.
It's the worst case of cabin fever I've ever witnessed. Very intense.
The new song, the new American anthem. We have no freedom. and defeat 'em. Nothing but vinegar and begin. Tea sounds nice. You know it's so appealing. You have to eat it, or you'll go to jail because freedom is gone forever.
All right, Tank, you got 30 more seconds.
Freedom is gone forever. As REM sings, freedom is overrated.
Hey, Tank, what are you gonna? What's the answer going to be when they tell you you're getting your mandatory vaccination?
Yeah. That's the mark of the beast. Because in that vaccination is where the computer chip will be.
That's right. Bill Gates will hide it in that vaccination, won't he? It'll be so small, be like a nano chip, right? You can hide it in a vaccination. There you go. And then it'll cause, everyone to get a little scab on their forehead, out at the crown of their head.
Well, should we send Frank out with that Mae West song, Frankie and Johnny?
Frankie and Johnny?
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you guys next week.
All right. Well, we're gonna play a little.
We'll do a special. Thank you, Frank.
See you, Frank.
See you, Frank.
See you.
There it is.
Let's hear this.
We'll send it out with this, and then we'll hit the break. We'll get a little different here today.
Yeah, and we'll pick it up with Brian Keller from Sports Rock on the other side, as they say.
Yeah. Everybody have a good time.
Frankie and Johnny were lovers.
Frankie and Mark.
Long gone, but how they could love. Swore they'd be true to each other, true as the stars above. He was a man, and he was doing her wrong. Frankie went round the corner to get a bucket of beer. Said to the man, call the bartender, have you seen my Johnny here? He's my man, and I loves him so. I ain't gonna tell you no stories, I ain't gonna tell you no lies. Saw your man Johnny leave about an hour ago with that gal named Nellie Bly. He's your man, and he's doing you wrong. Frankie went round and had a hop joint, brought along a great big 44. She went aside and now she spied Johnny on the floor. He was a man, and he was doing her wrong. Oh, turn me over, Frankie, turn me over slow. Turn me over on my right side, Frankie. Why did you shoot so low? Was my man, and you done me wrong. Rubber-tired coaches, rubber-tired hacks is gonna take my man to the graveyard and never gonna bring him back. He was my man, and it done me wrong. Bring on your million policemen, bring on your million jails. Throw the key to the St. Louis River, nobody's gonna go on my bail. He was my man, and it done me
We're told that greatness is exceptional, when it should be expected. You choose every day to live your life intentionally, without apology for how bright your light may shine. So go be great, go be brilliant, go be you, go defy life. The Defy Life movement is one that speaks to each of us in its own way. Defy Life gear speaks to us all by reminding us that one size does not fit all. Visit DefyLifeGear.com and get fitted for greatness.
The law office of Brandon S. Chabner, serving clients in Southern California with transactional legal services since 2007. We handle general corporate, outside counsel type work, drafting and negotiating a wide variety of business and commercial contracts. including non-disclosure agreements, independent contractor agreements, and employment agreements. Our experience includes working with public and private companies and involves a broad range of industries, including healthcare, consumer products, real estate, and high technology. Mr. Chabner has over 20 years of legal experience, having worked for some larger national firms and serving as general counsel for a multi-million-dollar private company here in Southern California before starting his own legal practice. His educational credentials include a law degree from UCLA, where he was on law review, undergraduate degree at Yale, where he graduated magna cum laude, and an MBA from Harvard Business School. Other areas of focus for Chabner Law include press release and business plan editing, pre-litigation matters, and debt and mortgage resolution work. You can contact us at 310-698-0740 and at bchabner@chabnerlaw.com.
Like Chab Dog said, he was 100% right.
He can take all comers.
When I'm good, I'm very good. But when I'm bad, I'm better.
I see a man in your life.
What, only one?
I changed my mind.
Yeah, does it work any better? Oh, well, I'm caught between two evils. I generally like to take the one I never tried.
Now, take care of these men.
Yes, give them all my address.
I am delighted. I have heard so much about you.
Yeah, but you can't prove it.
Haven't you ever met a man that can make you happy?
Sure. Lots of times.
What kind of husband did you think I should get?
I should take a single man, leave the husbands alone.
Well, I can always tell a lady when I see one.
Yeah, what do you tell them? I had to shoot a lion once.
Really? Was he mad?
Well, he wasn't exactly pleased about it.
You were wonderful tonight.
I'm always wonderful at night.
Aren't you forgetting that you're married?
I'm doing my best. What's the good of resisting temptation? There'll always be more.
Well, I wish you'd forget your principles, Ruby. I must have you. Your golden hair, your fascinating eyes, and alluring smile, and lovely arms. Your form divine.
Wait a minute. Is this a proposal or you take an inventory?
You certainly know the way to a man's heart.
Funny, too, because I don't know how to cook.
I'm sorry you think more of your diamonds than you do of your soul.
I'm sorry you think more of my soul than you do of my diamonds.
Do I bother you if I look over your shoulder?
No, do I bother you?
I'll never forget you.
No one ever does. Well, it's better to be looked over than overlooked.
Great town, St. Louis. You were born there?
Yes.
What part?
Why, all of me. What'd you do? Get your hair cut or have your ears moved down?
It's kind of a
You
little
know I've been
WC
mad about you
Fields
from the first time I laid eyes on you. Well, you're my whole world. What do you want to do, drive me to a madhouse?
No, I'll call you a taxi.
Young lady, are you trying to show contempt for this court?
No, I'm doing my best to hide it.
I wonder what kind of a woman you really are.
Too bad, but I can't give out samples. Why don't you come up sometime, see me?
Yeah, that was the famous one. Why don't you come up sometime and see me?
Beverage would you like?
Well, we'll need a full bar
So-
and coffee with the dessert.
Of course, and how many
we'll
people
finish
is
with
this
this
for?
one.
18.
18.
Mm-hmm. How long will that be?
At least 2 hours.
2 hours? Can you put a rush on it?
Oh, we try, yes.
Great.
Let's see if
By
Brian
the way,
knows what movie
it's
this is.
our anniversary today, and my husband would like to send a bottle of champagne to everybody staying on the 10th floor.
Everyone on the 10th floor?
Mm.
That's very generous.
Well, that's the kind of man that he is. Thank you.
Good evening, Victor. Good evening, Mr. Goodman. Any messages? 10:31. No messages.
Mr. Goodman, may I please have a word with you?
I'm sorry to trouble you, sir, but we seem to be having a problem with your credit card. Really? What kind of problem?
This is Lieutenant Palmer from the San Francisco Police Department.
Yes, ma'am. Can I help you?
I was wondering if you leased a black Cadillac Coupe de Ville with the license plate number 2PET764 to a man named Drake Goodman.
Let me check. Yes, we did.
You did?
Why?
Well, there are some things that I think you might be interested in knowing.
Well, listen, why don't I just write you a check and take care of things till we get this straightened out?
I don't. That wouldn't be acceptable. I'm sorry. We called your bank. As a backup, you know.
Yeah.
They said your account has been frozen.
Yes, I'd like to report some stolen traveler's checks.
Lost or stolen?
No, my husband is certain that they've been stolen. Mm-hmm. All 30 of them.
Well, I assumed you got the necessary approval when I checked in.
Well, yes, but when a customer charges over $100 to their room, we generally run a card again for approval, and that's when we discover the problem.
Right, except I didn't charge anything to my room.
It's probably a clerical error on their part, but we just have to look out for ourselves. You understand?
I didn't charge anything to my room.
Well, maybe it was your wife.
My wife?
Oh, what did she find there? Money. Better get out of there. She takes a chocolate. A good measure. Left the money with the maid.
See the way she works that shaver on her pussy? Shave it. No runway, no nothing. Oh, he spotted it.
Excuse me, Mr. Goodman. Excuse me, I really, excuse me.
Taxi?
I really cannot allow you to leave the hotel until we get this matter straightened out. Mr. Goodman, the hotel has very strict policy in this matter. We will, I assure you, we will take any steps we need to take. Mr. Goodman, we will call the police!
Doing a good job. What's she got up there anyway?
She took his money. Cards he had.
Well, that's all? What was he?
I don't know. I don't remember what else there was. But there was something. I saw that movie about 30 years ago.
Oh, no wonder it didn't win any Oscars. But anyway, we're back. Chab Dog Sports Talk radio show. There's not much sports talk these days.
Yes, but we do have potential to talk some sports this hour. Because Brian's not as depressed as Frank is.
Yeah, he can still talk sports.
Yeah.
Just dealing with it. It's almost like I'm kind of homebound anyway, as I care for my wife here for the most part. So it's nothing really hard for me. The only difficulty I have is getting out to get things and trying to find things sometimes.
With the grocery stores being kind of empty in certain respects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't find any paper. You can't find any paper anywhere.
No paper products.
Still.
I've heard there's been
bizarre.
My wife's had some problems finding soft soap, liquid soap.
Milk, eggs, and meat, and those are initially hard, but now it's normalized. It's not a problem getting that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like I say, the paper shelves are wiped out every time I go.
It's I mean, it's just, I guess they can't possibly keep up with that demand.
Well, you should look at.
Yeah, they say that as soon as the truck comes and they bring it in the store, people are plucking it up. And they're even limiting them on how many they can get, but it's still the demand is just crazy.
Yeah. I don't really, I just don't understand it.
Does not make sense.
Yeah.
I still haven't bought any more.
Tissues, too. I mean, what's the big deal about tissues?
That's the joke.
Or
Tissues I managed to run across. I got a local Walgreens here, and There's always 3 or 4 or 5 boxes sitting there. I grab one of those every time I go. So I got some tissues.
I've got a face mask for you, Chad Dog. Make sure I don't forget to give it to you before you leave today.
Okay, thank you.
It was...
It comes from China.
Oh.
If you don't mind that.
I mean, it's not a Steelers face mask?
It comes from
I happen to have this prepared or prepackaged earthquake kit that I've had for about 10 years. And amongst the items in there were some face masks. So.
Oh, look at you.
Cool. Yeah.
You hit the jackpot.
But up in the high desert there, I can't think there's too many cases floating around you, are there?
I'm not sure a specific number here. I know our county has somewhere in the neighborhood of 60, I want to say. Geez, I can't remember now. It's maybe 600. Maybe 600. Yeah, 600 cases in Riverside County. Deaths, I don't know of any in the city, but not too far away, there's been a couple of 2 or 3 here and there. Yeah. There was a nursing home in the news over in Riverside. That's not too far from here. That
a lot of
they had
people got
to
it.
send a bunch of ambulances over to take them all out because their crew hadn't shown up for like 2 days.
Oh.
The nurses and everybody.
Oh. That's
like
no
they
good.
all called out sick or something.
They all called out sick. Wow.
Yeah.
That's different.
So they had to bring a whole bunch of ambulances to transfer all the patients elsewhere.
Well, around here you'd hardly notice. I was telling Chabdog that the traffic yesterday was pretty busy. A lot of people driving out of the peninsula, even though the boardwalk is closed, but the beaches are open. So I saw some people taking surfboards.
I see a lot of people walking and running and trying to exercise.
Yeah, so a lot of that.
It's kind of annoying.
Still tons of people
actually.
out walking around. So there always were, so that hasn't changed here. And then a lot of people are in their boats and partying late into the evening in the dark. I think maybe coronavirus doesn't transmit the dark. So maybe the more you drink, the more you float in your boat, the more you drink, and the darker it gets, the more noise you make.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that makes
because you're drunk. You make lots of noise. You wake up the neighbors like me.
Oh,
yeah. It was like a typical summer night.
You can't call the police to fix that situation?
Oh, I wouldn't bother. I mean, I'm not gonna do that. I like actually hearing the sound of people having fun.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Well, if you like it.
I'm not complaining. I was just staying.
Yeah, I'm in
nothing's
in
changed
the
here.
senior community here. It's deadly quiet, but it always is.
Mm-hmm.
A few of them walking their dogs, and couples walking around the block, wearing masks and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
any of them ever just casually shoot their guns off?
No, not out here. Not here. I mean, we got hills not too far by that people go 4-wheeling and shooting out there, but you can't hear it from over here.
Here's the thing, Brian. I first heard this over 20 years ago, maybe closer to 30. But when I just heard it recently, I thought of you.
Let's move on to the letter segment of our program. Jeff from Seattle says, every 4th of July, my parents make me go to a stupid family reunion picnic in Spokane. I hate meeting all those relatives, and I really hate spending time in Spokane. Any suggestions on how I can get out of going? Well, Jeff, here's what I would do. Ask your parents if they're familiar with the first 2 amendments to the Constitution. Remind them that the First Amendment covers free speech. Then say, I'm not going with you to that hellhole of a city to meet any more boring-ass relatives. If they still insist on dragging you along, mention the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. Then exercise that right by pulling out a big handgun and waving it around. I don't think you'll have to go.
Wow, the crowd goes silent.
That'll get you out of it.
But yeah, they'll do it. Yeah, just wave it around. You won't have to go to Spokane.
Do we have that? Speaking of using guns, do you have that in that clip where the guy shoots up the convenience store?
Oh yeah,
yeah. Here's a good one. Was it this one?
It's this one. Yeah.
Well, that's the 300. The 100 is back there on the shelf.
Just come on, man. We're running out of time.
Don't trust those boys. My God, you know what I think, Ahmed? I think that girl was the judge's fuzzy temptress.
Furry temptress.
What is the difference?
What is the difference? You don't know the difference
Fuzzy
between
and
fuzzy
furry.
and furry. Just a minute, we are talking.
The furry is here and fuzzy is here.
Hey!
I said put the money in the bag.
Your customer.
Listen, you Pakistani piece of shit. Do what I say.
Listen, you crack addict. We are not Pakistani. We are Punjabis.
I could pass for Pakistan.
Punjabi.
Oh, shit, Buns. These motherfuckers are getting jacked.
Oh. As soon as he shoots them, I'm gonna go get some groceries and stuff. You want some bread and some eggs? Huh?
Buns, do you ever use the left side of your brain?
All the time. Here, take these.
Jamie Foxx.
Yep.
Hey, let's clock this motherfucker. Hurry up, give me the goddamn money.
He sees him coming.
Call me a Pakistani!
Oh, my.
First thing I thought,
Oh,
too.
my.
Oh, my.
I wonder why you're a floater.
Are you out of your fucking minds? Pump motherfucker. Buns, you aight?
I think I got a pickle stuck in my ass. There we go.
That's a great scene.
Yes. You see Booty Call?
Booty Call.
Booty
yeah.
Call.
I've seen parts of it. I haven't really sat and watched the whole thing.
Okay, I'm surprised you even even remembered it.
Yeah, 1997.
Yeah, Bernie Mac.
Pretty good one. Those Indian convenience store clerks were perfect.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Made me feel like I was back in a 7-Eleven, you know?
Well, but it was all fun and stereotypes, too. Because everybody was in on the joke.
Yeah, it's just they did those accents were great.
That's before political correctness overtook us. You could do stuff.
I know, but that's what they said. That's what people sound like in those stores.
Well, yeah, and we could joke about it, and there wasn't a problem.
Why should there be a problem?
They joked about it too. I mean, we all joked about it. We all thought it was funny and cute and endearing that you sound like
accents are accents.
It's exactly, they're endearing.
How you know where you are in the country?
Yeah, it's a point of humor. I don't see any harm in that.
No. Yeah, so
same way as the Southerners. Oh yeah, we didn't. I was going to get a clip up for White Lightning.
Oh, well, I don't know if you have. Yeah.
Maybe when you guys are talking baseball, see if I can find something.
Yeah. So.
Speaking of which, you want to hear? You could put it on the background.
You could put Mel Allen on in the background.
Yeah. Let me start him in the foreground.
Is a box office blockbuster.
Did you ever listen to this, Brian?
Sound good, Brian?
Los Angeles love story. The Dodgers are a smash hit in Hollywood after they temporarily dampen the spirit of St. Louis. A Montreal picture in motion.
Love that music.
The Terminator displays the right stuff, leaving no doubt that he's the man with the golden arm.
Big fat guy.
Rewriting the script, a New York Yankee road warrior is gone with the wind. And man, let me tell you, that's entertainment.
Ricky.
Is that Ricky?
That was
California's sweet.
Boy,
The little
Ricky knows
general
Ricky.
continues his long quest for that championship season. So take
You'll
your
never
seats,
get it either.
because we're bound for glory, y'all, on This Week in Baseball.
That was 1985.
I used to watch that all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, I did too.
July 27th,
This Week in
1985.
Baseball,
I don't remember when it was
National
on exactly.
League focus. In Los Angeles,
Is that Manhattan
the
Beach?
Dodgers clipped the cards.
I don't know
Take
which
note,
one it is.
the Dodgers have begun to make their mark, thanks in big part to a top-flight pitching staff that
Need
helped
and
Los
feud.
Angeles win
Jerry
24 out
Royce.
of 34
Jerry Royce.
to take over first place
That's
in the
another
West.
good guy, Brian. Jerry Royce.
It's all right.
Yeah, he was a good player.
Didn't he? He won about 230 games, didn't he? 220.
It's a good sign of something.
For the Cardinals,
He's on the edge.
signs of
He's not quite a Hall of
vulnerability
Famer,
as they
but
lost
he's a
3 out
good
of 4.
player.
Oral Hershiser won the
Oh,
opener.
here's a Hall of
And in
Famer.
his next start,
Oral
he tossed a
Hershiser.
one-hitter to go 10-3.
The Bulldog.
More Los Angeles
Yeah.
handiwork next night as Bob Welch
Oh,
kept
Bob
the Redbirds
Welch.
grounded, striking out 9 for the
Bob
third
Welch
or fourth
had good
straight
stuff.
win.
Now that guy's on the
Missing 2
borderline.
months with an injury, Welch
Isn't
is
he?
well on the mend.
What? How many?
Yeah.
How many losses did he have?
Coming back again where it's hurting. I think the biggest thing was
He had over 200 wins. I know that, right?
Made about 4 or 5 starts. Came back with, I think, right
He had
now.
Which
one was that?
Bob
We
Welch.
started working on another pitch for him. That
Oh yeah, Bob Welch.
And it's kind of a
He's not in the Hall of
Oh,
Fame,
yeah.
I'm sure,
and I
right?
think it's just going to be one great
No, but
Just
pretty sure.
Just an all-star.
Who displayed his usual razzmatazz by 3-hitting St. Louis.
Yeah.
There he is.
Win number 11, complete game number 12, and shutout number 5,
Yeah.
most in the majors.
We're
As
talking
the
Bob
Dodgers
Welch
took
first
the
here.
first 3 games from the Eastern Division leading St. Louis Cardinals.
Cy Young winner in 1990.
But the Cards came right back with a bang
good.
in the 10th inning of Game 4.
I'm
Steve
sure he
Braun
had 3 or
pinch hit
4
for the man
20-game
off.
win seasons.
211 and
Home
146.
run in 2 years.
That's good.
ERA is 347.
As both teams ended the series,
146 and 211 and 146. That's a pretty high winning percentage, you know.
Now let's
Yeah,
move
that's
on
a
to
good
New
winning
York,
percentage.
where
He's
the
borderline.
Mets
Yeah, 2-time All-Star, 3-time World Series champion.
Yeah.
The Mets kept
Cy
the
Young
first
winner
St. Louis,
in the
and
1990
first
season. I'm
the
pretty
Braves,
sure was that one.
positively
Let's
batting,
see.
scoring a club record 31 runs
He was
in the next 2 games.
so he was Cy Young in 1990.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you because
Oh yeah, that was the year 27 and 6.
that's incredible because he was pitching in like 1977 and in 78. Remember?
Yep, 78.
That's when he was dealing with Reggie Jackson in the World Series.
Yeah, Reggie Vision.
You remember that? The confrontations he had
Yeah.
with the Yankees?
Just don't buy a Select Division. Buy a Reggie Vision. Remember that?
No.
Ads with Panasonic. The early VCRs.
I gotta really lobby for. I don't know. This guy, I think he has an argument that he should be in there.
Oh, come on.
He was with Oakland in 1990 when he did 27 and 6.
Yeah.
That was the World Series champion. Was it? Or
Has anybody?
No, that
had
was 89.
Has anybody had a better season since then? 27 and 6.
That's pretty hot.
Yeah.
A pitcher 27 and 6.
But this is one season. Come on. I mean, it's great. It is. But
Yeah, but that's not
I
all he
think
did.
you don't get the Hulk.
I believe that may be the highest win total ever since. I don't think anybody's gotten that many since.
Since since that point.
The Dana
Yeah.
Carvey and a after.
Like, you know, guys just didn't win 30. That another good. Here's a trivia question for you. Okay, who was the last guy to win 30 games in the major leagues?
Joey McLaughlin.
That was Denny McLean.
That's right, Denny McLean.
That was Joey McLaughlin.
Good for you, man. I told you I'd have a question.
1968.
I'd expect Brian to get three.
Now we're gonna start getting to trivia, Eric. Are you gonna not like that?
No, I love that
Time now to feature a rough reliever known
Yeah.
as the Terminator.
Yeah, I didn't realize Bob Wilson was that good. That was the only 20-win season, though, he had.
That was it. Yeah.
But he was winning 15, 14 games a year for a while there.
And he was probably not losing a lot either because he's got a good winning percentage.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this right now. I see 1, 2. I only in 17 years. I only see 4 losing seasons.
That's pretty good.
And even those were like 9 and 11, 3 and 6, 5 and 6.
Yeah, and he was a starter for a long time, right? How many years did he play? 17 years?
So he pitched 17 years, yeah.
It's a pretty long career for a pitcher.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
not bad.
pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah, see,
There's
Eric?
facts here that you're reciting.
Plus, he did well in the World Series. He had some really good games. He had the one time
2 World Series. He had that one with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Was that 81 or?
I probably was with the Dodgers in '81 when they won it. Are you saying that?
Yeah, he went.
Yeah.
He went to Oakland in '88, so he missed that Dodgers series, but he
won it with Oakland.
Was with the A's, Oakland, yeah.
Charmed career.
Let me see what that looks like. This thing's great. I got this one page that gives you all his postseason stats, even. Let's see.
Buck Rogers, remember?
World Series thing. It was only a 0-1, 5.40 ERA. He didn't pitch well in the series.
No. But
he was 17-9 overall in the championships and World Series combined. So
that's great. See, that is good. 17-9.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's the wrong line. 3-3. 3-3.
Okay. Yeah, there's no way they could have been 17-9.
So yeah, just.
You see that? That's it, man.
Tito, yeah.
Now, let's open the notebook for This Week in Baseball
Yeah.
TWIB notes from around the National League.
I had one of these old guys that borderline. The first prominent relief pitcher. Retroactively credited, the first to have 20 saves, the first to have 100 saves in a career.
And he's not in the Hall of Fame?
Nope. He started 187 games as well, going 94-52.
That was good.
This was back in the day when the relievers were just not a thing.
Was his name, was this guy Hoyt Wilhelm?
Nope.
Oh,
this was before Hoyt.
Before Hoyt Wilhelm. Can you give me a hint? Any kind of a better hint?
Let's see, what can I say here? He pitched for Washington Senators for the majority with their 1924 world champion.
Oh, how about Smokey? Wait, was it Grimes? It wasn't Burley Grimes.
Frank Grimes.
No.
You know what? This is too obscure for me. I don't think I.
It probably is. Okay, Frederick Furpo Marbury.
Who?
Frederick Furpo, F-I-R-P-O, Furpo Marbury. He
Furpo
pitched from 1923 to 1936. Actually, say 22 games one year. Again, they're retroactively because at the time they didn't keep the same statistics.
Right, so they had to go back.
They had to backtrack. But he, like I said, as a starter, because of course relief wasn't the primary thing, but he won 187 games in his starts, 94-52. Overall, he was 148-88. 3.63 ERA was pretty high, but 101 career saves. He led the league in saves in those days 6 times. That's still a record.
Yeah.
The Yankees have been focusing on success.
All right, well, that's a good one. You definitely stumped me. Let's see. Who is this I was going to ask you about? Oh.
The script also called for relief, and it came from Dave Righetti.
Who is the guy that set the National League record for RBI, the record for RBIs in a game that has stood since 1924?
RBIs in a game. Oh, geez. I know it's not one of the huge names.
No, but he is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He is in the Hall of Fame. He played for the St. Louis Cardinals in the 20s. It's too.
The Twins tried to get
starts with an M, I think. I don't know.
No, it's his nickname was Sonny.
Sonny.
Jim. His first name was
Bottomley.
Jim.
Bottomley.
Yes,
Bottomley.
Jim Bottomley. Yeah.
Jim Bottomley. Yep. Bottomley.
I had, a little prompting, and he came up with it.
Yep.
Slave Boy in the Mino.
He did that. I think
Soccer
the ironic thing was that he did that on my birthday. That game where he had the 12 RBIs was on my birthday, September 16th. And then when he retired, he played 1920.
1920, yeah.
2024. And then when he retired in 1938, he retired on the same day. September 16th.
Your hair color's so good.
So,
oil of life.
I found a guy, old timer, nicknamed the Pony.
The Pony.
The Pony.
Wow.
He was an outfielder in the late 1800s.
Oh. Well, now you're really going back to the late 1800s. That's not fair. I can't keep up with that, I don't think.
That's just one of the interesting ones I accidentally ran into. Not in Hall of Fame, but he had 1,643 runs. That's 37th all time.
That's a lot.
25-13 on hits. 1,093 RBIs, 419 stolen bases, and a 308 batting average. His name was Jimmy the Pony Ryan.
Jimmy
Chicago.
Ryan. And he had 26. How many hits did he have?
25-13.
It's pretty good. But he didn't get in.
No, there's one thing on the other side. He has 366 outfield errors, the sixth in the all-time list.
Oh, so he's a bad fielder.
Yeah, but he did have 71 career double plays in the outfield, which is ninth place. Still, those kind of stats put him, in that echelon, especially the runs, top 40 in runs. And 1888, he led the league with 182 hits. That's a low number, but that was enough to lead the league. And 16 home runs he led the league with, and 33 doubles he led the league with. 1888.
Yeah. I don't know. It was. Yeah, all those pre-1900 numbers are. It's a little. It's not quite like comparing apples and apples.
That's true. That's true.
It just isn't. So that's part of why they're a little reluctant to let in those guys that far back. But you do see some pretty amazing statistics.
Yeah, there's that one crazy year where they gave him credit for a hit with a walk. Like 1884 or something like that.
What, you got credit for a hit when you walked?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
There was like 12 400 hitters that year. A couple of guys, a couple of guys officially got credited with 275 hits.
Yeah, when you start seeing people with 300 hits, then something's really wrong.
So they officially decided that no, these are not official records, but they kept the records anyway. But it also affected Cap Anson. That's where Cap Anson lost 60 hits. It went back and forth on whether or not he had 3,000.
Why? What happened? He
Apparently
lost.
60 of his hits came that season on walks.
Oh. So what happened? Did he miss? He got 3,000 hits, didn't he?
They originally gave him credit, and then they said, "Wait a minute." They went back and forth on it. They were going back and forth on it for about
officially.
A decade there. They finally settled on, okay, we'll give him credit because at the time the rules said a walk was a hit.
Yeah. Because I know I know when I looked at his numbers, it said something like he had 3,030 hits or something. He just barely made it.
Yeah.
That's
a bit of trivia, though.
I think I found the guy that I'm not sure. Do you know who the guy is that got closest to 3,000 hits without getting there?
You know, in baseball, sometimes anything goes. Only problem is
3,000 without getting there.
I found somebody last night that got 2,938.
It's one of those old guys.
2,938. There's a guy that got that. He made it because he had a 308 average.
It wouldn't be one of
That was
one of
Jake
those
Beck.
guys. I know Bonds got pretty close like that.
Barry Bonds?
Barry, he was like 29, 30, something like that.
Oh.
He only got 70 away. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't really matter what Barry Bonds does. He's just being blocked in principle.
He's being what now?
They're blocking his entry into the Hall of Fame.
Yes. Scary U.S. Bonds.
He's seen as not pure.
The thick neck or the big head? The cranial measurements.
I was particularly offended by the big head after he left Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's kind of more normal size. I could
Yeah.
have sworn it was smaller in Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh, his head was normal.
Yeah.
Were you sorry to see him leave the Pirates back in the day?
Of course. I mean, I knew that they were going to struggle after that. And it was...
Why do you leave again?
Years. Well, money, I guess.
Was it money?
San Francisco just lured him away with a huge contract. Pittsburgh always loses the people they pirate. They can't hold on to anybody.
They get pirated?
It's a small market. They don't have the money.
Yeah, they had some great teams in those early 90s with those guys.
Yeah.
They couldn't get over that
They
hump,
just couldn't beat the Braves.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that. They were in the NLCS 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Of all places, Fulton County Stadium. I mean, it's torn down long
It sounds like Folsom County Prison.
Exactly. It sounds like a penitentiary.
Visit
the pan.
Yeah. I think of Fred McGriff hitting one-handed home runs over there.
Oh yeah, you had a McGriff fever this week.
Yeah.
The sports dog.
Did you?
Is that what you call him, the sports dog?
The crime dog.
Well, McGriff the crime dog. That's right.
Yeah.
You're the sports dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one that definitely should have been at least first or second chance for opportunity.
Just sheer numbers, God.
Take out Pirate on a crime.
It's not right. But if you don't have, I guess he doesn't have any real backing. He's just a good player. But you gotta have a rabbi like Tony La Russa. Help Harold Baines.
Yeah, I said that McGriff was same amount of homers as Lou Gehrig.
493.
And what, he had like 1,600 RBIs or something like
Yeah.
that?
1,600. He was getting into that territory. I mean, there's some number where, like, if you have this many RBIs, you're getting into the Hall of Fame. And I think it's
the magic number.
It might be like 1,700 or 1,750.
Yeah, 17's probably for sure, but 18's for sure, I guess. But 17's sure. 16's plenty.
Yeah, I think he was 15 something. He said, if he had just hung around for another year, he'd probably have the numbers.
That it's like Hodges. There's one that I read arguments that he never really led the league in any major categories and blah blah blah. But just the name. He's one of those guys that people that don't even know baseball probably have heard the name Gil Hodges.
Oh, Gil Hodges. Yeah, but he didn't. He's not in.
Nope, he's not in.
Everybody thinks of him when they think of the Brooklyn Dodgers. Yeah, I bet he didn't hit for a great average, did he? His average was probably 250, 260.
I think he's in the 260 range, but he was, well, some consider the best defensive first baseman ever.
Oh.
He was definitely the best defensively in the 50s.
Yeah, it's just defense doesn't get you that far in general for the Hall of Fame and for first baseman. I understand it's a skill and you got to have
That's
it.
like that Jim Cotton had 16 in a row, full gloves, but he's a pitcher.
Yeah. He's a pitcher, so you got to be a pitcher first and foremost.
Yeah.
Well, I guess now we're kind of. I'm praying that football is still going to happen, and I'm not hearing a lot of one way or the other about it.
It's not so well. They would be having their workouts in July normally.
Mm-hmm.
So I expect things to be a little normalized, at least by August anyway. I would hope.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how the NBA or hockey is going to finish. If it goes too much longer.
I think they did finish.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, nobody wants to watch that stuff in July.
Well, and the season's going to start back up again in October anyway. So
yeah, it's just they might as well just try to have a season for next year.
It just goes down as an asterisk.
Yeah, Roy said they could just go straight to the finals in the NBA.
Well, who's going to be...
Even then you go to the finals, then all of a sudden it's time for the season again.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's... This year...
Like, as a fan, I'm so numb, I don't care. Yeah, just write it off.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of get that feeling too. It's kind of like, it's a bummer.
Yeah,
but
everybody's...
Remember that one year when all those teams are on strike?
Yeah,
it's worse. Yeah, I mean, college, the NCAA.
Well,
That's not
there was 1 year that we totally lost baseball, right?
Yeah.
Was it 93?
Yes.
94.
94.
Yeah, 94. They called it in August, and they never got the finish. Yeah.
Do you remember much about that season?
The NBA was on strike, and hockey was on strike.
Yeah, hockey got wiped out.
What were the standings in 1994 when they cut the season off?
That was the year.
Was that a year that
the team with the best record was Montreal
Expos. The Expos got screwed.
They got stolen. Their victory stolen.
Ah, yeah.
That's what everyone said.
Well, they
were. Statistics were a little weirded out, but Gwynn hit 394, so that saved that average.
Who hit 394?
Tony Gwynn.
Oh, so he had a great year. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and who was that? Matt Williams? Is that
Matt Williams? Yeah, he was.
He had like 43 home runs at the time. And it's early August.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, all the statistics all counted, right?
Yeah, they let the statistics count.
Yeah.
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 And even that was one of those years. Yeah, it was a weird one. Was old Timmy Raines? We were talking about him before. He was managed to steal 70 bases in that season to keep a string going, where you had 6 in a row, 70 plus stolen bases.
Mm.
And it was only 110 games. He stole 70 bases.
Yeah. On that pace, would he have broken the all-time record?
He had an outside chance. He would have had to steal 60 more in another 2 months. That's how incredible Ricky Henderson's was. Although Ricky got caught like 40 times.
Ricky.
the guy
likes Ricky.
The guy attempted like 170 stolen bases.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he was pretty active.
Ricky's active about Ricky.
Yeah, hold up, Ricky.
Love when Ricky talks.
I remember him still trying to hang around even.
He's playing in the minors somewhere, isn't he? Or isn't he playing in the minors?
He was in the
somewhere?
minors for another 5 years or so.
Well, yeah, he probably is still today, isn't he?
He just couldn't give it up, huh?
Could be.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Could be.
Please leave
That's
your
what we're talking
message
about.
for 617257446.
Did he call him?
No, I called him.
He's asleep.
We're talking about Julio Franco there.
Say hi to Mark.
Second his he
Hello,
actually
Mark.
left the
Hey,
league
Mark.
a
We're
couple of
actually
occasions.
calling you.
Played in
It's
Mexico.
not a booty call. It's a Chab Dog call. So
Yeah, we're leaving a message on Mark's answering machine here.
yeah. So wake up, you bum.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's already, 1:50 in the afternoon.
You're good for nothing, bum. If I was your mother, I'd threaten you with a knife to get out of bed.
You'd have to. Chain.
Yeah. It'd be like that scene in Diner. Remember that scene in Diner where the guy wakes up at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and gets out of bed and goes into the kitchen and demands that his mom make him a sandwich.
Really? I forgot about that.
And she threatens him with a knife.
Nice.
And then she makes the sandwich.
Oh, well, of course.
He said, God, is it too much to ask? All I wanted was a fried bologna sandwich.
Ugh.
Steve Gutenberg.
Uh-huh.
My advice to you: start drinking heavily.
Good advice.
Yeah. My advice to everybody.
These days, but even now, it's how much? There's only so much liquor we can all drink. I think I hit my limit.
And what's your favorite thing to drink, Brian?
Oh, I go back. I think my very favorite is probably the Fireball.
Oh, yeah. Fireball.
One of Chab Dog's favorites.
I like that, yeah.
Cinnamon whiskey. Cinnamon whiskey.
That goes down well. Easy.
Yeah, that Southern Comfort be another smooth. Right now I got a cheap bottle of Kentucky Dale. Whatever the hell.
Sounds like a bourbon whiskey.
Yeah, so you're a bourbon man.
I like bourbon sometimes.
Yeah, more whiskey, bourbon type. Although I'll drink about anything. It's except those stupid orange tasting beer.
Yeah, the orange.
Not my thing.
Yeah, the orange beer.
I've never had that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have a desire for that.
It's better than no beer, but not better.
Brewed with orange bills for some reason.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes they'll serve it with an orange slice. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's almost 11 o'clock, so I'll take a little shot here.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it 5 o'clock.
Grease the pipes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
It's
thinking whether to
afternoon somewhere.
Whether to have a bottle today or not. What if?
Well,
a bottle of whiskey. It's been a long time since I had some whiskey. I think that settles it.
Maybe you will. I got work to do, I guess. So.
Well, later on, I'm not saying.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to drink and drive home, but
no, I wouldn't be
your
smart.
car is on limp mode as it is.
I'm getting it fixed though.
Brian, do you know much about Priuses?
Your recording has reached the maximum length. To replay your message,
we just
press
left
1.
to
delete and re-record your message, press 3. For delivery
I don't
options,
want to touch
press
anything.
4.
That's
To send a fax, press 6. To cancel this message, press star.
How if we do
To
nothing?
send this message now, press pound or hang up.
Okay. Good.
For more options.
No, it's like...
To replay your message, press 1.
Eric, you
To
gotta get
delete
rid of
and
her.
re-record
I
your
don't wanna hear
message,
this.
press
All right.
3.
Let me see
For
what I can do
delivery
here.
options, press 4. To send a fax,
gonna
press
hear this
6.
message for another
To
10
cancel this
minutes.
message, press star. To
No,
send
she
this
won't do that.
message now, press pound
are.
or hang up.
There we go.
I got one more quick one here. George the Bull Ewell, 1918 and 836, Cleveland, Detroit, and the Yankees. 200 wins, 166 losses, a 3.99 ERA. But 3 times 20 wins, led the league with 26 wins, 1923, and a hitter. As a hitter, 8 times over 300 average, 393 career hits, 190 career RBIs as a pitcher, 289 batting average.
So he might be one of the greatest hitting pitchers of all time, if not the greatest.
289. That's,
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a guy that you got to consider, but probably won't get in.
Yeah, that ERA is each.
That ERA is
almost
high.
4.
I mean, yeah, Bob Welch was better than him.
Yeah, Welch was better than him.
Yeah. Nice try. Not happening. I mean, there are a lot of guys that you can just, you can't even, there's no magic formula, but when you see their numbers, it jumps out at you. Yeah, they're in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's true.
If you have a
It's
critical...
always just so subjective. It's just fun when I find some of these older guys that were around that just didn't even, didn't get a lot of attention, and they had some pretty decent careers,
Mm-hmm. You
I
pointed
mean, by
out...
today's standards, that 200 wins and 3.99 ERA wouldn't be too bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but 200 wins doesn't really mean that much anymore. It's not.
No, I think it's starting to, because these guys are not pitching as much. Well, that they're winning. What guys are leading the league? With
actually,
17,
you have a
18
good
wins.
point. Is that there's not a lot of pitchers that are either gonna hit 200 or have hit 200, right?
200 is pretty much a hit now, but you're not going to see. I don't think you're going to see very many 300s
So
anymore.
somebody like CC Sabathia is probably going to get in because he's got so many wins, and there aren't that many other people out there like him, right?
And the
winning percentage is going to play a lot too.
How
For
many
a guy
years?
like Kershiser, 20. Kershaw. He's not going to get 3, but he's got an incredible win percentage.
Yeah.
How many wins did Valenzuela have?
Fernando.
You
I
said
remember
he
the
was-
Fernando Mania. I was here in Southern
I
California.
would guess
at the time,
maybe 210.
What did Fernando? Let me see.
I'm not even sure if he had 200 wins.
I don't think he did.
180 maybe?
173 and 153.
So that was his record, 173 and 153.
Yeah. ERA of 3.54, 17 seasons.
But that's not Hall of Fame numbers.
Nope.
So, yeah.
No.
That's kind of
6-time All-Star, of course, Rookie of the Year, Cy Young.
He's a local hero.
Mm-hmm.
Even hey, check this out. He even won a couple of Silver Sluggers as a hitter.
Yeah,
for a pitcher.
Yeah, he was a good hitter.
Yeah.
I've got a song for you guys before we close.
Okay, what's that song?
It's called Folk Songs of the Slightly Inebriated.
Oh.
Because we were talking about drinking earlier. It's 2.5 minutes. It's
okay.
It's fun.
Fans, it's your favorite folk duo, Riley and Nelson, together again with a new album about a subject very dear to their own hearts. It's Folk Songs of the Slightly Inebriated. You'll get all your favorites, including the songs of self-delusion.
I could have played pro ball, you know. I almost made the team in high school. Of course, I can drive off a sure butt head. Hey, take your hands off me. What did I say?
You'll hear songs so pathetically embarrassing you'll cringe as if you were right there with them.
Where's Waldo in my pants? Where's Waldo in my pants? I'm telling you, he's in my pants. Why are you putting my hand in warm water? Why are you pointing and laughing at me?
You'll hear songs of alcohol-induced bravado.
I'm going to kick your ass. If I could stand right now, I'd kick your ass. Shut up, you dumb whore. Shut up, you dumb whore.
Better shut up.
Shut up, you dumb whore.
Talking to you.
Shut up, you dumb whore. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
You get all the famous songs of the Slightly Inebriated, including Let Me Show You the Trick I Do with Matches. Look, a tattoo parlor. Psst, That girl over there is checking me out. Look out, the egg salad's coming back on me. And I'll tell you another thing. Let's drive to Reno. And you guys are beautiful. I love you guys. Did I tell you that you're beautiful? What do you mean I'm talking too loud? Plus, the classic, slightly inebriated songs of stupidity.
Man, you've got one sexy wife. I sure wouldn't kick her out of bed. I think I can beat this train. I think I can beat this train. If I just step on the gas, I'll beat this train.
Folk songs of the slightly inebriated. Available wherever six-packs are sold.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
You can give it to Brian for Christmas.
There we go.
Yeah.
Happy Easter.
Hey, here, Fernando, 1990, hit 304. He had 11 RBIs and 21 hits as a pitcher.
Whoa, what a machine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, he was
Plus,
sneaky
like,
good.
4 times. So not bad. 200 average he ended up with, but that was a great year. I didn't see that couple of silver sluggers for a pitcher.
We're gonna have to freestyle an ending clip.
Yeah, we don't have
one loaded, so I
we don't have
know
any
where it went.
music loaded.
We don't. I don't know where the one. I'm not sure.
I don't
had a
know.
long song.
We didn't have a long song,
Well,
so
we have a chance to make one up. Oh, you know what? Let's play the Low Spark of High-Heeled Boys, and while I cue this up, why don't you tell us how this got to your site, Brian?
Oh, the site, the Facebook group, Sports Rock with an asterisk.
Yeah.
And you can come and join there. And sports, well, right now there's a lot of trivia going on mostly, and we got some music too. So that's pretty cool.
And how did the song end up on the site? Did you post it?
I posted it up on the site. Yep. So you mentioned it or something, or somebody mentioned it there.
Uh-huh.
And I said, hey, okay, put that one on there.
Okay. I think I got it.
Well, thanks.
It's a good old favorite. It's a good mellow out kind of music.
Thanks for calling in, Brian, and we'll have you back on hopefully next week, and we'll have more to talk about.
Yeah, I got a lot of time, so we'll do.
We got the time. We got the conversation. All right, well, let's play this song, and we'll see you next week.
This is Steve Winwood, who was part of this band called Traffic.
Oh, Stevie Winwood.
Yeah.
Great singer.
Prior to his solo work.
I love Stevie Winwood.
I know there was one other big name in here as well, but
Back in the high life again.
Here we are. Steve Winwood, Jim Capaldi, Chris Wood, Dave Mason.
Dave Mason, the Goodbye Girl.
Dave Mason, yep.
Yeah, Brett.
Bye, guys.
All right,
Okay.
take care. I've heard this song.
Yeah, they're Blind Faith. And, well, here, do you want to end the show, Chavda? Say goodbye to your fans. Okay. Say goodbye.
Goodbye. So long, and see you next week. And check us out at chabdog.com. Thank you.
Another episode of the Chab Dog Sports Talk Radio Show. Until next week. Newport Beach.
Something that looks like a star, and it's shooting up out of the ground, and your head is spinning from a loud guitar, and you just can't escape from the sound. Don't worry too much, it'll happen to you. We were children once,
chance. Or something similar as this. Don't worry too much, it'll happen to you. As sure as your side.